enjoyment today, you know, come presidency to suffer. The rule Nigeria like say now war. You fight corruption, they break the law. Worry is better, you withdraw. And the blame Jonathan for all of your flaws. Jonathan don't give you the power. Man, we no like the Wahala. You no believe in your policy, pack up and let us be. After the election, where them do? We still they wait to see the change, yo. Cause all the promise when they make, they don't let me like say na fake, yo. Where the money, where the food, yo. After the election, where them do? We still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they don't be like say na fake. Where the money, where the food?
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not the off in mind. Maiyegun don't come, yo. And in the touchlight every corner. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not the off in mind, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make you shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico.
Kò ní wá kọta búrò yín sí kẹ́ ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun Diary lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, from wherever you are watching from. You know, this is Maiyegun Live. Share the broadcast.
Maiyegun Diary Politico. Godfatherism.
Tag the Lagos Abobakus. the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, and sophisticated morons. Tell them, Maiyegun today. Share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Oh yeah.
Ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
When we started, we saw what we saw. When we saw Tinubu that wet is nappy or is bomb. But they said we didn't see what we saw. Now that the pretense among them or within them is coming to an end, they are now using that. Can you imagine? One in what in Tosara, Asiwaju, awon atole.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
So every time we come out here to say something, all right, about these politicians, one thing you have to know is that MaiyegunsDiary Politico talks a lot about the criminals that some of you call politicians. Some of you even call them your leaders. Some of you call them your role models. But on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I easily dissect and differentiate between what leaders should be and what criminals looks like. And most of those you considered as your leaders, whether now your spiritual leader, whether now your political leader, whether whatever leader, you know what I mean? When we size them, we can easily tell you how much of destruction they have been to you. In fact, if you know better, you probably will run from them than run towards them. And I'm a Yoruba man. I am an Ijebu man. Maiyegun general. So I get to, I kind of have a way of bringing people, right, into the reality of what their respective criminal politicians are up to. And at the same time, the effects and the consequences, not even just the consequences of their actions when they were holding trust for you. Then I also said, with what we know, when you put 8, 2, 3 together, like permutation, where they do for what do they call it? Pull shop, lotto shop. Put one together, put two together for political researchers, political thinkers, smart people who can put 1 and 2 together, and they are not putting them together because they want to manipulate it, because they will know, manipulate it and make money from it. You can easily know what will happen next if you are that kind of a person. And that gap is what Maiyegun feels. I feel that gap. And you see, I told you, even if I come here to share my opinion and I rant, I rage, I do all my things, all of us share our things, right? We can still all tell ourselves that the destruction of these criminals will come from them. They will self-destruct. You know, when you want to build a small criminal empire and suddenly you got away with a lot and you started expanding, you started getting bigger and bigger. So you get to a point, it's going to bust. Yeah? And that is the stage we are almost at now. When I said Tinubu is going nowhere, even if these Lagos Abobakus, all these Oshogbo Alimajiris, even if they want to publicly live in denial, but we have repeatedly exposed the crack between them, the political crack, which started from 2014. I have said a lot about that on this program, on this platform, rather. for years now. Shut up your mouth. Asiwaju is going nowhere, this and that. But the problem is that they all know the overbearing, or kind of, should I use overbearing? Should we use the boss like a master-servant relationship that the likes of Tinubu actually lives on? It's about loyalty. Whatever the Godfather wants, you just have to give. And according to him, they owe him a lot. So when he started this small empire from Lagos, when they conspired to destroy what they called Yoruba Political Party, Alliance for Democracy, Awolowo Party. When they attacked that to destroy that within, and he started building a small empire from his body lawn in Lagos, Aregbesola, which is popularly known as Raufu Aregbe. They said he is just a refrigerator repairer somewhere in Lagos. But he was a very useful guy. He can talk. Oh, he can talk. He can get all of you to get into it with him, like no joke. So Tinubu brought him in and he made him a commissioner of works. He made a lot of money. When the expansion project of Tinubu started in 2007, 2011, 2015, these guys were being sent to everywhere in Yoruba land. That is why we call them Ajele. What they were telling the Yorubas then was, we are coming to make other states in Yoruba land to be like Lagos. They sent people to Ekiti. Fayemi, you remember him? They sent this Aregbe to Osun. And within a space of 8 years, he bankrupted Osun State. But somehow, he has his friends. So, Tinubu's cousin took over, Oyetola. And they considered this Oyetola as a novice. Right? But they had to go with what the Godfather wanted. So Oyetola, Tinubu's cousin, became the governor. From that moment, Aregbe, Baba Kabiru, Baba Okpoimo, part of the scam they committed in Osun, by the way, is one of them, they call it Okpoimo, 8 billion naira tablet. 8 billion naira tablet for school, for students in Osun. His son, Kabiru, was the contractor. That's a story for another day anyway. Osun entered debt, indebtedness that Osun became the only state in Nigeria that is bankrupted. They no longer collect allocation for some time. Cut the long story short, like say, Aregbe was not happy that they've cut him off, they've cut his friends, his associates, and all of them. And just like what Tinubu did in Lagos, Oyetola cannot go. If Tinubu can be ex-governor to become Godfather, then he, Aregbe, is paid his due. I'm still coming to the internal break, because I will tell you that, I will keep repeating that until that casala burst. When that casala come burst, some of us will not be surprised. You know that, yeah? Aregbe said they did it in Lagos. Do you get that now? It can't be the turn of your brother now. Yesterday, a governor in Lagos said he wanted to go for second term. You said no. Now, you used the party said no. Now, we are saying no to your brother. You said no. I mean, you are not agreeing with us. Let me give you the lowdown. If you understand Yoruba, that is when this is going to make sense to you. It's been making wave all day. So I broke them into 3 so that I can talk about them. Then I can talk about the potential betrayer. You know, be me. See, you this Maiyegun, you are enemy of, before your eyes, Tinubu will be president. Not be me. I'm not the one that will stop him. Okay? I will tell you the obvious that will stop him. And if he doesn't probably die before the end of it, the enemies he needs to fight are these ones you are seeing right now. And he made them. So if you don't understand Yoruba, I will come back. I will try and interpret a bit. I beg you, we'll start. Now from here, meanwhile, in fact, before we start, let's do it this way, okay? What was Aregbesola talking about? That Tinubu and gang, they told Ambode that he cannot go for second term in their party, and they ensured of that. How did they do that? Let me show you. This is how they did it.
Materials tó yẹ kán pín fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín wọn ò tí ì pín. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún yín ní àyè láti lọ bá wọ́n ṣe àmà yín. Ẹ tí ò bá ti rí káàdì tí ẹ gbà kó lọ gbà á. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí, mo sọ fún yín gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ. Ohun tí àwọn leader wa sọ lókè ni pé Sanwó-Olú ni. And I want to assure you, this place we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode here. We are going to send you out of this place. We are for Sanwó-Olú, and that's what our leader Asiwaju Bola and Tinubu said. Sanwó-Olú leader. The party, that is the APC. Yes. We have hierarchy and we have leadership. Yes. We have leaders. Yes. And we have been directed by our leaders to go and vote for Sanwó-Olú. Yes. And that's what we are going to do. Yes. This words, this local government, we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode. Yes. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. Ambode is gone. And is gone finally. We will allow you to kill. Vote for Sanwó-Olú by the party hierarchy. We have been directed. Bamio, party tiwa, Bodada, Ẹgbẹ́ tiwa, ani hierarchy, ani àwọn tó ní àṣẹ, ani àwọn tó dẹ́gbẹ́ ilẹ̀. Ẹni tí ò bá fẹ́ ibi tí ẹgbẹ́ ń lọ tí ò bá lè lọ bẹ̀ kó lọ dẹ́gbẹ́ mi ilẹ̀. He can go and create or register Ambode People's Party. Yes. But our own is APC. Yes. All Progressive Party Congress. All Progressive Congress is our party. Yes. And the leadership of the party has spoken. And we cannot change it. Yes. And that we are going to follow to the later. Yes. This place is not meant for Ambode people. Yes. No one should come here to vote for Ambode. Everybody go back and work in the way. I'm a vote for Stanio.
Do you get it now? That is the type of progressive politics that they are playing in Yoruba land. That's progressive. Yeah? So Aregbesola want to show Tinubu the same thing. And, oh, you need to have seen the Tinubu supporters on social media since yesterday. Oh, hey, yeah. You go pay me small because you don't understand Yoruba. But can somebody please do me a favor on Facebook, on YouTube, okay? As you are watching this video, yeah? What you're about to watch now, I want you to help me do some little subtitle or short interpretation for my audience who don't understand Yoruba, right? They are paying them back in their own coin. And Tinubu boys on social media, oh, you go pity them. They are now saying Aregbe Mugbo is a betrayal. So, that's the genesis of the soundbite. So that was him telling them that their party, APC, if Awolowo come back to alive, come back to life, or if Bola should come back and they have to join political party, they will join APC. But the APC they will join is the one, Raufu Aregbe Mugbo lead, because it's divided now. And he was telling, they said, you are the original APC. The other people, they are not. So don't call yourself faction. Okay? Then they had this small song, bye-bye to Jati Jati. Right? That is Tinubu and his Bodilon Wahala. Okay, that one is the intro. Here is another one. The other parts, I will do my best again to try and interpret.
Tí ọkùnrin lóhun ò fẹ́ tó lè jẹ́ kókó ẹgbẹ́ tiwa rèé láti gbàgbé ọlọ́run. Àní gbà kí ẹni tí ò tiẹ̀ yé kó wá bàṣẹ yẹn jẹ́ ká bẹ̀ tún kun lọ́wọ́ èyí tá a máa ṣe tó parí bí ká ṣe kí ni ká kó rẹ̀ lẹ̀. Kò ní wá kọkàn búrò yín sí kẹ́ni kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Lórí náà tí ò wúlò tó ń jí wa lọ́wọ́ kọ́. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ ni ẹ̀ ń wọ ó wọnú ẹ̀ dáadáa. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Lórí náà tí ò wúlò tó ń jí wa lọ́wọ́ kọ́. Sí àgbà ó lọ wàlá ìyábì kò lé. Yorùbá rẹ̀ àbílẹ̀ ṣàkàṣìtò láìláì tó bá ṣe gbé rí mọ́. Yorùbá bá wà lọ. Bóyá Yorùbá rẹ̀ àbílẹ̀ ṣàkàṣìtò láìláì tó bá ṣe gbé rí mọ́. Yorùbá bá wà lọ.
Do you see how he actually gets to get the, the crowd? He can get them moving, giggling. But that's the same guy who been their governor. When he was their governor, he was paying people from this level to level that. He was paying them half salary, quarter salary, and on like that. Right? He bankrupted the state. He borrowed so much on, like they do. They borrowed on projects that they would never complete or they would never do, right? But look at him there. He's making them happy. Oh, yeah, balere. Kafilesia kazigbo. That's within them, Oshun. Then that was when they said, Tinubu don't they pee himself. And that one shocked. Ọ̀rọ̀ ń bára bọ̀ ayélé ọ̀rọ̀ ń bára bọ̀ ẹ bá ẹ kìlọ̀ fún ìpín o kó má fowó ẹ̀ jóná ìgbín ìrágbìjí ẹ yá kìlọ̀ fún ìgbín o kó má fowó ẹ̀ jóná o ọ̀rọ̀ ń bára bọ̀ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú ọ̀tẹ̀. Now them go destroy themselves. That is the point. Now let me give you a short background though, because I won't go to another thing. I'll come back to it later anyway. You see this display that you are seeing now? It is just about to snowball. Don't worry, don't rush. Tinubu knows that the people that will destroy him, they are not coming from anywhere. They are coming from the people that have indulged him for so long. And even as he is aging like that, like that, he is still lording it over them. And this is not just lording it over them. It's so big that in 2015, it was Fashola that first tried to challenge Tinubu. Yeah, it was Fashola. They tried. They were like, you can't, the governor, you should let him choose his successor. No, you can't do that. There's a Lagos master plan. There's this master plan. Which master plan? Nobody else draw the master plan. Nobody else they tell everybody about master. Which master plan? That was when Ambode came. Around that time, when Bukwari also became president. So everyone expected then, Godfather, he himself, Tinubu, he was throwing his weight everywhere. This is government of the people. Tinubu, the kingmaker. Tinubu, you know what I mean? It was because they expected that for everyone who wants to be minister or be anything inside the APC government of Buhari, they are not going to go through Ikene Shatabandu. They have to go through Tinubu. That was the expectation. He didn't know that they had a shocker for him. 2015, first 6 months, the Buhari didn't appoint any minister or anything. When the rumor finally came, people didn't know that they gave Tinubu the chance. They said, give us names of your nominees. I mean, let's see those you want to nominate. Tinubu nominated people that is a toilet, what have you, the usual proxies that run his errand for him. And this northern Kaaba, these CPC guys, because Tinubu and gang, they were ACN. Buhari and gang, they were CPC. So they were shocked. They were like, wow, what happened? It was because Tinubu doesn't want any of them to go to any federal level at all. Some of them who have tried to cross him or cross his, you know what I mean, yeah? That's the end of their political career, including Fashola. So when Tinubu sent his names to Abuja, then Abba Kyari was still alive. You remember Abba Kyari, your de facto president? Then they said they received their Tinubu's list. They just trashed it. And they reached out directly through Amosun, who was serving his own second term. Through Amosun, Buhari and gang, they reached out to Fashola, reached out to Fayemi. That was how Kemi Adeosun became minister. That was how this Shitu from Ibadan became minister. That was how Isaac Ajewole, I'll be waiting for that guy's name, the health minister then. That was how he became minister. None of them came from Tinubu. Apart from that, the likes of, what's this guy's name again? Femi Ojudu. Femi Ojudu was a journalist and always been with Tinubu and gang. Recently, you remember that recently Femi Ojudu came out and he said, I'm not endorsing Tinubu for president. Rather, we will work and make Asiwaju president. It's a long story. Because when all of them that found themselves into Buhari's government, those of them in the first term who found themselves in Buhari's government, they didn't come through Tinubu. They were supposed to be dead and buried politically. So what happened? That was how they turned. So instead of Tinubu having the last laugh, Tinubu now became vulnerable, an orphan. That was when Tinubu left Nigeria, sometimes in April. I think it was March, April 2016. If you don't remember, it is me to remember. It is my job to remind you. That's why we call this platform Diary. Maiyegun's Diary. I keep everything, and I keep everything here. He left Nigeria in shame. Fashola and the rest of them, they became minister. Then something happened. Elections of this place, that place were coming up, starting with Kogi. So Tinubu trying to test, they just finished election 2015. He's still feeling like his godfather from abroad. He told one of his boys, who was House of Representative member, representing somewhere in Lagos, who just won an election in 2015. Meanwhile, that one is from Kogi. Tinubu had to, scribble him into a ticket so that he can deputize somebody who also was a big weight. This guy, Kogi, Audu in Kogi, who later died during the election. But when Audu died and election was ongoing, right? Why not let Tinubu's candidate, who is deputy to the candidate that died, why not let him continue since he is already on the ticket? Oh boy, that was when Abuja came in. And that's when they give them the trick of how Tinubu tried to intimidate, use media to blackmail and force the hands of people, use judges, use court, and they told them everything. They told Buhari, CPC, Malamu and gang. They told them everything. Fashola and co. You know the story. You know the yama yama, poto the whole thing led to. That was how they told that one. Go back to Lagos. Be like, say this thing no go work. It wasn't the CPC. It wasn't what have you, Yaya Bello or whatever that has that so much connection. They had to go and bring Yaya Bello so that they would let him know that, you know, you have no stake in this election at all. You came fourth in the primaries. So you didn't even have any stake. So listen, this is a game to stop Jaga bandits of Lagos because his dream is to be president. Look at them. Look at the Lagos Abobakus. If they started there, right? If they started there screaming already, I know. Let your anger out. Let them out. Let them out. Say whatever is on your mind. Say them out. Say them to me. We will continue to open the wound until you find out that you are going to self-destruct with yourselves and your criminal leaders. It's just a matter of time. That was how Yeye Bello became governor. You know the rigging that followed, Tata and the rest of that is history today. Ondo election was coming up. Shebi APC, they are supposed to be one. Shebi Tinubu supposed to be the one in charge of Southwest Territory. Why is he facing all this opposition within his own party? Ondo State, Akeredolu was not interested in becoming governor of Ondo State. That time, it was part of the plot. They drafted him to Abuja. Who suggested his name? Fayemi, Fashola, and this Aregbe. Abinobi Dia Olushola Oke come from? The one that they said Tinubu want to use then. Or what's that guy name? And you also know the story of their primaries and all of that to cut Tinubu to size for a time like this, for a day like this. They did same thing to him in Ekiti. He wanted to pay them back. Tinubu is fighting internal war with people that some of you are bragging. You are bragging of, Tinubu made that Fashola. If not because of Tinubu, this person cannot be this and that. You are about to find out something. Come get shocking yellow my party Tinubu at last. I don't wish him anything. No, I just wish him whatever I wish himself. That's it. Shock. Some of you go just hear and say, how did they? You have no idea. So let's fast forward it. Aregbe finished his tenure as governor, and 2019 came. So they all pretended and still followed the master after Buhari decided to go and bring Tinubu back from France to come and be the negotiator general for APC. That was how they gave him Oshiomole as the party chairman. You know, Oshiomole becoming the party chairman, Maiyegun, sacrificing Maiyegun for Oshiomole was part of the request of reconciliation that CPC, Buhari, Malamu, and gang, that they gave to Tinubu. Concession, we'll give you the party chairman. And your greedy, selfish Asiwaju awon atole, Asiwaju awon ole. He grabbed it and he decided to work for Buhari's second term to validate the fraud and your sufferings for another 4 years. Immediately after the election, what did they do again? They went for Oshiomole. They went for everybody that they thought that he planted in their party. They took everything away. They gave it to a sitting governor. They say a sitting governor of Yobe is also the acting chairman of APC. Tinubu is now in the limbo. Now, this is when you know, if you don't believe everything I've said, but that's your own cup of tea. Don't believe it. That's your cup of tea. But the Asiwaju awon that you know, want to be president. Your Asiwaju awon now went to Aso Rock, like a lone ranger, like an old man who lost his way, walking about. They say, this way, sir. This way, sir. That way, sir. In desperation, somebody will say, when he was accused of having a foreign account in America, when Jonathan was investigating, you remember, Code of Conduct. The day that they said Tinubu was going to appear at the Code of Conduct tribunal, You remember how many of them? Aregbe Mugbo, Isaleko, Barack Obama, that is your Fashola, Fayemi, all of the APC governor, Abina ACN governor, all the ACN senator, all the ACN this and that. Everybody, they packed themselves to Abuja to show solidarity to Asiwaju awon Gbewiri, Asiwaju awon atole. They even said it. They said Asiwaju won kukutin tosara. Imagine. For people inside the Aregbe Mugbo camp to say Tinubu tin tosara, and you are now saying that God will judge Aregbe Mugbo. No, don't worry. If to say make we use that narrative, God is about to judge Tinubu. Maybe all of you are pretending that Nigeria is better and okay. I told you, we'll wait for you. Enjoy your one Nigeria, jump up and down. And then, swim in your pool of leaking swagger. Swim inside it. When you enter when you get your certificate, BLLB. Shebi Yoruba Nation doesn't sound any well to you right now, Abi. The criminals that are telling you that they love Yoruba land and they love Nigeria more. Now, they are about to destroy themselves. Yes, they are about to. So, there is a part, there's actually a part that I want to repeat. The democracy they promote in Yoruba land. This is their own type of political democratic whatever nonsense. So
materials tí ó yẹ kó ń pín fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín wọn ò tí ì pín. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún yín ní àyè láti lọ bá wọ́n ṣe àmà yín. Ẹ tí ò bá ti rí káàdì tí ẹ gbà kó lọ gbà á. Ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí a wà yìí mo sọ fún yín gbogbo ẹnu mo fi ń sọ. Ohun tí àwọn leader wa sọ lókè ni pé Sanwó-Olú ni. And I want to assure you this place we are not going to allow anybody to vote for Ambode here. We are going to send you out of this place. We are for Sanwó-Olú. And that's
that is their own type of politics. So it's going to be a payback time. All of this house will collapse. And it's going to collapse from inside. Tinubu want to be president. Nobody follow him. Even Fashola and the rest of them, majority of them who are in Abuja, they stayed away. He was wondering about inside that old rock, the old people's home. He was wondering about. They say, he said, see, past year, you know what I mean? A whole Asiwaju awon Aregbe. So he had to rush. You know why he had to rush? To go and tell Bokwari that he wants to contest for president. She Bokwari no say he won't contest. They met in London on the hospital bed in London. They even took a pose together. So when they met in London, did they not tell themselves that I'm going to be contesting for president? Yeah? But it is because the center can no longer hold. And you know one thing that I want you to know is this, right? Patience. Patience. All of you should be patient. Because those who knows that they can no longer serve him because he's turned himself to God. You haven't heard from Auntie Remy. Auntie Remy is also, as I've been told, Auntie Remy is paraying, gidigon. She's crying seriously. You are going to hear our own outburst soon. That people that are husband made, they are betraying her husband. Meanwhile, everyone is saying your husband is trying to make himself God. He wants to make himself God. That even when they were serving him, some people were like, why are you serving him like he's God? They can no longer serve him like God anymore. So, in Southwest, watch me very well. Tinubu only have Lagos. And Sanwo-Iku, this time around, if I say they talk, say they won't remove arm. So, Sanwo-Iku may be the one that will succeed in where Ambode didn't succeed. Are you with me? If you see any swagger Swagger Rat, Abi Swagger Sewage Boys, and all of them, all these Lagos Abobaku and the rest of them. Now the money where they collect, that they jump after. If you know how much money Tinubu and gang are throwing about right now, me that said that Tinubu visited Obas in Ogun State, he was giving them 5 million naira. Somebody said, Maiyegun, you have no clue. Every Kabiyesi that came to Awujale's palace that day collected 10 million naira cash just to come and witness that Tinubu want to be president. 10 million every Kabiyesi. Maiyegun, you are saying 5 million in the palace. You know, you have no clue. So Lagos is paying for that. Ambode has been, Sanwo-Olu has been playing ball very well. All right. In this 2022 budget, Lagos state government is budgeting 1.4 trillion. Do you know what? 1.4 something trillion. From that 1.4 something trillion that they are going to spend this year, 400 billion from that money. Nobody has a clue what is that money meant for. And nobody is asking a question. The Lagos State House of Assembly passed the budget, and the Lagos State governor signed it because they need money for election. Are you with me? So the only hope that Tinubu has right now is Lagos. So if they choose not to let Ambo, somewhere could go. Maybe not that one self go buy the coffin. You know what? So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if they try to change him, about fit change him for everybody. Remember what Ambode told us. Ambode told us about Sanwo-Olu. I don't even know if I still have that clip. When he told you then that he has a case somewhere and the rest, if you don't believe him, you should go to Bagada General Hospital. So I hope they won't try to stop him because it's the last hope for Tinubu. Anything else is just for people trying to make some money from this whole thing. Enjoy it when it lasts. So let's take a minute. I want to show you something, right? It's just briefly, then I'll go to next one, then I'll go to next one. But can you take a minute for those of you who are watching on Facebook, okay? We have over 1,500 of us on Facebook right now, yeah? If 1,000 or 500 of you have been sticking around, even if you don't like me, go there and click frown face, angry face, love, like, smile, whatever you want to click. Just show that you are here. Like that video as you are watching it. And if you don't want to like it, maybe the thing don't enter your body, they pain you. I hate this, Maiyegun. Don't hate me. I'm just trying to make you understand the whole thing going on around you. Of course, you are still going to make your decisions, right? How about I help you understand what you want to decide on? So you don't have to like me, okay? So let's take a minute and like this video, all right? It's not about liking Maiyegun. It's just about listening. And who knows, I may be able to change your mind. So let's take a minute to like the video. If you haven't shared the video, share it, and then we can continue.
As they see with us, you go dey pain them. As they pain them, you go dey see with us.
So you don't have to like me. Just like the video. Show say you dey here. You don't be ghosts. Are you with me? 1 sec. And if you are watching me on Facebook as well, right, and this is your first time, you can like the page. Yeah, like the page. Set your notification. Go to my YouTube channel, which is called MaiyegunSDiary Politico as well, right? Go on there, subscribe, and like the video as well. It's class. Let me show you what it looks like. I've always wanted to do this. Sorry, guys. I've always wanted to do this. Share with you if you are watching me from, what do you call it? If you're watching me on your device, yeah? The way you can do it is you go on to YouTube, all right? Let me show you. You go on to YouTube. Hang on. Oh, where is that? Yeah, so you go on to YouTube, okay? On YouTube, you can search for MaiyegunDiary Politico. Yeah? And it will come up like this. Search. So what you can do then is you can just come down here where you're going to see MaiyegunsDiary Politico like this. You click on that. It takes you to my channel on YouTube. Now, on that channel, you are going to see, sorry, because I'm using my own homepage, so you're not going to see me very well, okay? But however, let's say I decide to go and see this, right? I don't know if you can hear me, by the way. Yeah. So let's say I decide to go and watch this video with you on YouTube, and I want to like it. All right. I want to like the video. You'll see that here. Check your screen. You see my arrow. I don't know if you can see that anyway. But yeah, you should be able to see. You see the like. Yeah. Like the video. Then when you leave that, because I have subscribed onto my channel myself, you are going to see something here that is going to say subscribe. Then, if you want to be a paying member on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, there are paying members on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. You can click join. Now, this is what that looks like when you click that join button. You are going to see the silver. You are going to see the gold as a gold member. You're going to see platinum. You're going to see prime. And you're also going to see diamond. Now, you can be a member of any. I decided to do that tonight. I've always wanted to do that, but I always forgot, right? So thank you very much for your support, as always. And we can continue. Subscribe. Thank you very much. Now, let us continue. You've heard about, this one I said it's going to be brief again. The attack on those who were wearing the clothes or t-shirts with Oloye, with the picture of Oloye Sunday Igboho at Soka in Ibadan. They killed one person and they took another person away. So the one they took away survived. And he shared his story with a Yoruba platform, Odua TV on Facebook, right? I believe. So he shared his view, and I had this part to share with you. For those of you who probably would like to get a follow-up, something visual, something you can say relate with. I've shown you the young man that was killed, and this one survived, and he narrated his ordeal. I'll try to interpret afterward.
Orúkọ mi ni Àsun. Àsun lorúkọ mi.
Ẹ bá wa dárúkọ yín ní kíkún. A mọ̀ pé ìnagijẹ yín ni Àsun torí iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ń ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kí lorúkọ yín ní kíkún?
Orúkọ mi ni Táíwò Fọlámi. Orúkọ mi ni Táíwò Fọlámi. Mo jẹ́ ìkan nínú àwọn tí mo wà nínú ọgbà àwọn Ìgbòho tí mo ń ṣe Àsun àti mo tún bá wọn ṣe AC. Ní ìjọ́ tí kinní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀.
Ẹ ní sùúrù. Ẹ ń fìlì AC.
Mo ń tún AC ṣe.
Ok. Níjọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbo lẹ ń lọ?
Mo ń lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ni.
Kí wọ́n á ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan-an? Ẹ ṣàlàyé fún àwọn Yorùbá.
Mo wà lórí ọ̀kadà tí mo ṣe ń lọ níbi ọ̀nà sókà yẹn. Mo wọ aṣọ Yorùbá Nation. Mo tún wá wọ
aṣọ ọdẹ dìde stop ọ̀kadà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló dé àfi gbàgà gbogbo orí ló yọ lẹ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ wọ́n kógi bòmí kọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ bòmí àfi ọlọ́run nìkan ni o mo tún kúrò mo sá eré wọn lé mi mú tí wọ́n fi gbé mi lọ́nu mọ́tò gbé mi lọ sínú gáràjì wọn.
kí lójú yín rí nínú gáràjì wọn.
mo rí àánú ọlọ́run gbà ní ìkan tí mo kàn rí mọ́ ni pé mo gbọ́ pé èèyàn kọ́kọ́ ní ẹ lọ pa ọ̀gá wọn náà ní ká ni mo fẹ́ sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀gá wọn náà ní ìkan tí mo kàn rí mọ́ nìyẹn ilé ẹlẹ́ tí mo dojú bò gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti kún lójú mi wọ́n ní kó lọ dè mí mọ́ òpó náà wọ́n dè mí mọ́ òpó náà.
ọ̀gá àwọn wo ló ní kan lọ pa yín.
nọ́gà méjì ọ̀sálárì náà ni.
ẹ fojú rí ọ̀sílẹ́rì báyìí.
mo rí ó wà lórí ìjókòó.
ní new garage.
nínú gáràjì. ó wà lórí ìjókòó nínú gáràjì. mo ikọ́ tí mo kàn rí ni nǹkan tẹ̀ gbé mi dìde wọ́n dè mí mọ́ òpó. ìgbà tí wọ́n dè mí mọ́ òpó àkọ́ tójú mi rí ò dáa. wọ́n so mí mo rí àánú ọlọ́run gbà lọ́wọ́ á gbé mi lójú mi lọ gbé mi sínú mọ́tò ìkọ́ tí mo kọ̀ rí mọ́ nìyẹn.
ìgbà tí wọ́n dè yín ní new garage kí ló dè yín fún ìgbà tí wọ́n dè yín kí làwọn nǹkan tán ṣe fún yín.
ìgbà tí wọ́n dè mí wọ́n fọ́gi mọ́ mi wọ́n nà mí wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀dọ́ lé mi lórí wọ́n mú àdá ṣá mi ládàá ẹ wo gbogbo òrùngbọ̀n mi wọ́n fẹ́ bí ọrùn mi ni ọlá ọlọ́run nìkan ni.
kí wọ́n pè lẹ́sẹ̀ yìí gan.
wọ́n nítorí mo wọ fìlà Ìgbòho àti mo tún wọ aṣọ Yorùbá nation. nǹkan tí wọ́n fi ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn mo wọ fìlà Ìgbòho àti Yorùbá nation wípé ta ni Ìgbòho ta ni Ìgbòho ọ̀sílárì lọ̀gá.
ọ̀sílárì lọ̀gá ta ni Ìgbòho. bó o lẹ ṣe dé police station.
mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ jẹ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọpẹ́ ni kí n máa dú èmi mo ti ń dágbére ìgbà tó mi mọ̀ pò mo ti ń dágbére tó mi ẹkún tó ń bọ́ ní ojú mi omi ẹkún kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe èmi nìkan àti àtọ́lọ́hún nìkan ni mo kàn rí pọ́kọ̀ tú ọwọ́ mi gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti sá sí mi ní ibi ọkọ̀ tú ọwọ́ mi wọ́n tú ọwọ́ mi wọ́n jù mí nínú mọ́tò mo bára mi nínú Sanyo police station ìgbà mo bára mi nínú Sanyo police station mo ṣàmú nǹkan tí mo rí mọ nìyẹn mo dákú síbẹ̀ hospital ni mo ti pàdé ara mi.
Sorry for those who didn't, probably who don't understand Yoruba. So that man happened to be air conditioner repairer. All right. So and he also makes what's it called, asun, which is grill for at Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. So he said that when they came to attack them, he was on the bike. So they stopped him for wearing the T-shirt with Oloye Sunday Igboho, printed on it and all that. So they just started beating him. And when they beat him, he tried to escape from them. They rushed him and they took him to their garage. So when they took him to their garage, that was where he met their leader, auxiliary, the man that I told you about during the day of the attack. Yeah. So somebody is trying to ask me there that some people said nobody died. Well, I don't want to touch that anyway, but yeah, a young man died who his name is called Kabiru. The second person, this man that among other people that got injured, though, this man happened to be the one that was able to. He was able to get a track down, and he was willing to offer an interview. There are tens of people who were unlucky. Innocent passerby, those they met at Igboho's house, and on, people actually. So one person died. Yes, one person died. So he said they beat him. He actually thought he was going to die. And auxiliary told them, he said, "Hey, Lokpa, go and kill him, Jerry, because they've already beaten him like to pop." He said they'll beat him, they'll pour water on him, they'll beat him again, they'll pour water on him. They were beating him, and they thought he was dead. He was covered with blood and all that until he woke up at Sanyo police station, where he was then taken to the hospital. And then he was able to get treatment. Just let's have that on record, okay? So let's go forward. Another part of this conversation tonight is the confirmation of what I told you the day I was talking to you about the fraudulent 2022 budget, padded for we can call it fraudulent 2022 budget, a sort of parting gift that Bokwari and gang are packaging for themselves. 17 trillion naira budget is 2022 budget. Nigeria has no money. Okay, Nigeria has no money. Now there's this Wahala with Russia and Ukraine, and for the past 2-3 months, the price of crude oil, a barrel of crude oil in the world market, has really jumped up from the target, especially when these guys were writing their budget in the middle of last year. They would not expect that they were going to sell a barrel of crude oil for $90 or $98. At a point, they sold it for $101. That was how good it was. And Nigeria made a lot of money. Not a lot of money, by the way, because as you are watching this video, the last record they told you then was that Nigeria was like producing 2.3 million barrels a day. Now, Nigeria barely produced 5 million barrels a day, while bunkering, as just same way insecurity has escalated in Nigeria, bunkering has escalated in Niger Delta. A lot of Nigeria oil is stolen even before they reach the buyer and what have you. Are you with me? So they have no money. So their plan then was that they were going to borrow 12 trillion. Remember that it was because of this loan, exorbitant loan, and endless loan and borrowing. That was why your naira crashed to what it is today. Your dollar to naira, or your naira to dollar now is 580, whatever, to a dollar. That used to be 190 naira to a dollar. So because they continue to borrow and they continue to even loot what they are borrowing through the back channel racketeering, which is synonymous to them. Nigeria is so much in debt that Nigeria currency has been so devalued that it's become worthless. So borrowing is still the way out. Well, for the past 7 years, for almost 7 years now, Bokwari's government tripled what Nigeria spent on subsidy. They tripled what Nigeria spent on subsidy, and because they couldn't meet up, they ended up having to what? To borrow and cover it and borrow more. Yeah. So, years 2016, the subsidy was about 1.1 trillion or 1 trillion. In 2017, it was about 1.2 trillion. In 2018, it was about 1.2 trillion as well. In 2019, they are spending about 1.5 trillion, 1.4, 1.5 trillion on subsidy. By the time you got to 2021, they said they were already spending 1.8 trillion on subsidy. Faceless people collecting the money. NNPC racket. Then, in 2022, they decided to remove the subsidy so that you can start buying fuel for how much? 345 naira per liter. And then they can use the money and give every poor person in Nigeria 5,000 naira to cushion the effect of that increase. And everybody will be fine after that. So people now said if they try it, they might have taken rubbish from them for a long time. They might have run for cover from the barrels of their guns. But if they remove that subsidy, Wahala go shele. They now said, okay, fine. We will not remove the subsidy. Remember, they have no money. They wrote a budget of 17 trillion. They don't even have a kobo, a penny. They were going to borrow 12 trillion. They were hoping that they can squeeze all of you, jobless ones and those ones will get squeeze all of you. They will get 5 trillion. in revenue. 5 trillion in revenue, and that will make up the 17 trillion. But all of you said they should not remove the subsidy. Okay, fine. That should be the case. We will need to go and borrow money to pay for the subsidy. Okay, how much is the subsidy for 2022, Mr. Integrative? Well, it's going to be 2.55 trillion naira. If you are not going to buy the liter of fuel for 340 naira per liter, no wahala. We'll go and borrow money. When we borrow, and your naira becomes even more tissue, 2.5 trillion, and the rubber stamp Senate in Nigeria, they received it.
It became necessary to present this amendment proposal considering the impacts of the recent suspension of the petroleum metal spirit PMS subsidy removal and adverse implications that some changes made by the National Assembly in the 2022 Appropriation Act could have for the successful implementation of the budget. It is important to restore the provisions made for various key capital projects in the 2022 executive proposal, see details in Schedule 1, that were cut by the National Assembly. This is to ensure that critical ongoing projects that are cardinal to this administration and those nearing completion do not suffer a setback due to reduced funding. It is equally important to reinstate the 25.81 billion naira cut from the provision for the power sector reform program in order to meet the federal government's commitment under the financing plan agreed with World Bank.
Hey, Ediri rubber stamp. They go approve. So that now takes your. You see, they just passed the 2022 budget to just few weeks. I mean, they just signed the 2022 budget to just few weeks ago. They are already asking for extra. Come on. 2.5 trillion. We have people who are ready to give it to us. So that you wake up tomorrow. And then your naira will be what? Will become even more trashy. But because some of you don't really understand how economy really work, you tell yourselves all the time that shey we dey spend dollars ni. Wetin consign us with dollar be anything. Now all of them where they go abroad, all these people where they try to be this certain time, they complain about dollar. It is because you are an economic illiterate. It doesn't mean that you can't read and write, but you will be considered an economic illiterate to think that when politicians make decisions like this, it doesn't really affect us, Jare. We need people that can build electricity, people that can build schools, blah, 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 nonsense that you tell yourself. But the way it affects you is that Nigeria is a poor country. Even though some of you continue to tell yourself that Nigeria is a land that is flowing with milk and honey. You always love to tell yourselves that, have you? The pains of our heroes past shall never be in vain. You know those things you tell yourselves, Nigeria is a poor country. You have poor leaders with poor thoughts, and you also have poor followers, poor citizens with poor thoughts. And guess what? You have a poor country. You don't assume a great country to be great. You have to think great to be great. A poor country that doesn't produce its own food. A poor country that doesn't produce what it needs. A poor country that prays to God to give them electricity one day in 21st century. A poor country that people still pray for the Messiah that will come and build good roads for them. A Messiah that will never steal their money. A Messiah that will build them good hospitals, good system, healthcare system that will not have to discriminate whether you are poor or you are rich, whether you are young or old, whether you are from here or there. The system that actually saves life, that care for life. You know, your ancestors, they don't give a damn. A system that doesn't have all of that, that depends almost on everything. I mean, that depends almost all the time on what they import. It simply means that those who run your country, those who bring real food, oh, not those who bring paddy rice, oh, rice where they never process, they put them on display. They take pictures and upload the video. And then the poor people, mentally poor people, they are jubilating that. Meanwhile, the real thing that run your economy, they rely on what is called Forex. Nobody is going to pack and put all your naira inside the Ghana must go bag or Bako super sack. And they will now load them inside container. And they will now fly abroad to go and bring your sugar, to go and bring your this, to go and bring your that, to go and bring almost everything that runs your economy. They will need to humble themselves before those countries to trade with them. And that was where your government comes in. Your naira has no power, no strength, no value. So you don't dictate the term. Therefore, your businessmen, after facing terrible government policy back home, central bank of fraudsters, where you know what is called round tripping, where you have middlemen who have no business, but they collect dollars from the central bank. They resell the dollars to real businessmen at whatever rate they like. And you know who pay for the entire thing at the end of the day? The end users, all of you who want to go and buy Pampers for your children, who want to go and buy spaghetti, who want to go and buy detergents, who want to go and buy cooking oil, all of you who want to go and buy a new car battery, all of you want to go and buy new tire for your car, those of you who just want to buy a new bed, you want to buy so many things, but you probably have no clue how those things found their way to Nigeria, either by raw material or by complete and finished products. You have no idea. When your politician says, you know, they spend dollar, if naira like, let it be 1,000 naira to $1, we don't care. It's because you are stupid, and politicians can make you look stupid. You should care. Because that is why today, a bag of rice, that's why your party rice, a bag of rice is what? It's a luxury. That affects you directly. But when you look at some of these Buhari idiots, see this suffering and smiling, suffering and smiling, lockerheads, I be waiting we could call them. All these people were just kind of. When you talk about rice, then the next thing they will say is, must you eat rice? But the question is that, so far, no, they tire you. That should be the question. Are you with me? So they ruined that. And it's what? It's because of their excessive borrowing. 2.5 trillion for subsidy. Free money. For those who once asked you, what was subsidy? Subsidy was a scam. Abi no be all of una they shout subsidy was a scam. Subsidy was a scam. Scam. Nigeria is not a real place. Okay. Another thing is that Nigeria is very broke. You see, you will still see arrogant, poor nation. You see, Nigerians, when you see them, they don't agree that they are poor. You understand? My friend, shut up your mouth. You see, because you are living abroad, do you think you are better than anybody? There are people here who can buy you and buy your family. Poverty mentality. Even you will see people who claim to be rich. They also have the same poverty mentality. Do you know who you are talking to? My friend, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. How can I watch my mouth? You can give me a mirror to watch my mouth like that. Big men, poor people who live inside poverty, but they manage to build this secluded life, larger than life, fraudulent, fake life that makes them think that they are better off. You do know what is called poverty? Poverty is that in 21st century, if you are in a country where a large percentage of people, they lack real food. Now poverty, now poor country, poverty. If a country cannot have stable electricity, my brother, you are living in a poor country. Therefore, you are poor. You may not understand. Oh, I'll come to that. I'll get to that one. When they say, hey, hello, mommy, Junior, Emma Bo, Junior, don't swallow dice, oh. You don't swallow 3 dice, oh. Dice is having a. The first thing that's going to be in the mind of mommy Junior is that, hi, gbese, ibo ni mo ti fẹ́ rówó hospital torí Ọlọ́run. Where am I going to see the money to take him to the hospital? Because you, this boy, you have killed me. You know that I'm just managing. How can you go and swallow a dice? Instead of worrying about how can we get him to the ER? Let's get Junior to ER. Don't think about whether you have money or not. That is poverty. Even though you have money, even some of you even have money. When you have the money, you're like, hey, mommy, Junior, don't go jump kenke, don't go do high jump. Junior, don't jump, you don't break ankle. And then you come out with your fine car. Hey, why should you go in your fine car? Because you have to go and pick Junior, in the school, or else, God knows, You can't stay at home and be expected the school to have probably called the ambulance. And then when they say, they've called the ambulance, they've taken Junior to the hospital, you're like, okay, fine, Poverty is not you not having money. Sometimes. In fact, if you look at the majority of those who claim to be rich people in Nigeria, they are actually poor people. Do you know that? I have so many rich people who are watching me from Nigeria. They are rich. But they don't understand that in context, they are poor. Because if to say Nigeria is functioning, maybe some of you will be leading a better life. In fact, not be say maybe, you will be better off. When you don't have to be a small local government, all of you are trying to be rich in Nigeria. Because you can be your own small local government. You can provide your own electricity, provide your own water, provide your own housing, provide your own security, provide your own healthcare, provide your education for your children. The richer you are, the better you can possibly access all those things, right? Then you become, then after, you also have to possibly put in place life insurance. Say, we don't know, anything can happen. Oh, I don't want my children to suffer. You are just the government in your family, and for those who feed from you too. But when you look around you, you realize that if you are, as a citizen, right, you are doing your business, you are paying your taxes, government is taking all those things. You can't drive on good road. You can't fall sick right now and go to the hospital and get checked without you first checking the balance of your account. Are you with me? Right? So if all those things are not there, imagine what life would look like. That except if you had somebody who feel like, no, I don't want to use that kind of, I don't like the healthcare system of this state. I'm going to go private. But the standard set by those in authority who collect your money, who collect your taxes. They didn't do it. You have to do everything for yourself. That's you living in poverty, but at least knowing that you are better than your neighbor. I better pass my neighbor. But look at me. I may not have more than 50 pounds in my account. Some people even know that if you are in the middle of the month and you have 50 pounds in your account, some people feel ask you, say, well, you do money ritual. I don't have to be rich because I don't have to worry about so many things. The only thing that gets me worried all the time is just the people I have in Nigeria, the people I know. I'm just like, if something happens and they say emergency, Nigeria emergency can send you to emergency room here. But I'm not worried. And with electricity, with internet, with a conducive environment, then it's left for me to be whatever I want to be. That's what I'm asking for. That's what I'm saying, that even if you are claiming to be rich, you are driving your expensive automobiles on terrible roads. And your politicians are actually mad people too. They are mad people. Politicians in a poor country, they will steal the money for the project. They say, let us do this road from this place to that place. It's been bad for the past 15 years. I said, okay, we are going to do it. And they say, okay, how much are you going to do the road? I said, it's going to cost us 100 million naira. And that your politician collected the 100 million and he bought himself. I mean, let's say he went there to buy himself a nice car. 70 million. He donates 1 million to church, donates 1 million to mosque, donates 1 million to every other place. And he calls a gathering and he says, I want to be the Babagun of so and say, Baba, yeah, I want leader one here. They put them together to sing for them like Aregbe. Your road is gone. And that man will then be riding, will be driving that same car, 70 million, 60 million car. He will be driving it on a terrible road. They paid him to fix. That will not be mental problem. But when you talk about it, my friend, shut up your mouth. Everybody is stealing. Is that not also a mental problem? So as you have poor leaders, you have poor followers, and look at them. Sometimes you can feel sorry for them. I do feel sorry for some of you, the Buhari idiots. I do feel sorry for you. As much as you don't like me, I don't like you. But I do feel sorry for you. That one said I should feel sorry for myself. I don't have to. I don't have to worry about NEPA taking light. I don't have to worry about my children having to go out there with bowls, with buckets, looking for water. They say it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. When we're growing up, we have to go and fetch water. Poverty no dey tire you. Poverty no dey tire you. Your papa carry water for head when he was a little boy, a little man, about a little boy. Your mama, when she was a little girl, she carry water for head. You, when you are a little man, you also carry to fetch water kilometers. Your children are now carrying the water, but you are praying to God that make you finish your face me and face you 4 rooms that you are building, so that will make you a landlord, and then you can construct one borehole there, and your children will stop going about to go and fetch water. And I'm talking about those who stole money for water. They stole money for hospital. They stole money for your roads. They stole money for everything. And you are upset. That's sad. A poor country that is unreal, where religion is also very, very crucial. Okay? They go borrowing and their people go sorrowing. However, even at that, like I said, that mad people, they lead mad people. Okay? In the northern part of Nigeria, there is Sharia in 13 states out of 19 states in northern Nigeria. Sharia. So alcohol is haram in that 13 states in northern Nigeria. Alcohol. All of us, we be say, every time we are not get Jack Daniel for house, and they feel like something not dead the house. After a few days, I just like, man, nothing dead this house. Until when I get my Jack Daniels, it's not because I will drink it every now and then, right? But because it has to be there, Something has to be there. When you feel like, man, you know what? Make I just pour myself some glass of Jackie. Now, all of you will be on every weekend, every night, in Lagos, everywhere, paying taxes. You made the Nigerian brewery richer. You made Nigerian breweries, you made them richer. And at the same time, you also made Nigeria richer. You don't know. I'll tell you. The highest payer of tax in Nigeria, would you believe it? There'll be breweries. Now, all of you will be saying Nigeria don't happen to everybody. Before, now for 5G, people, they drink. But you see, with the problem of Nigeria now, people just drink their sorrow away. They were like, smokers are liable to die young. I say, my brother, smokers are liable to die young. So when Nigeria now happen to some people, they're like, my brother, do you have a cigar? I say, about which one? It's like, you see that one where they make person die young, that strong one, you get them? And some will be like, let's drink to it. Baba, we don't kill ourselves. Problem not the finish. Wahala not the finish. Drink. All those bottles you they crash, VAT on them. Do you know how much they take from them? 7.5%. I'm not a good mathematician, right? But you can tell me, how much is a bottle of Star in Nigeria today? How much is a bottle of Star? How much is a bottle of Heinekens? Or Big Stout? Let me see. Somebody should give me a number. Let me go. My friends on Facebook they are the fast type. They are the fastest fingers. So, how much is a bottle of Star now in Nigeria? Tell me. 800 naira. 500. Oh, 600. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, just take 7.5% of it. That every time you open a bottle, if you go anywhere, they open bottle for you. You know how much that bottle cost, If you go anywhere, people they say, "Oh, I go red tonight." Oh, but you don't see the boot, you don't see AK's boots. I know they drive. We go kill ourselves here. We die here tonight. You see all those bottles, if you put prices on them, if you put price on them and start dividing 7.5, that money, that's what made Nigerian breweries and all this alcohol and all of them, beverages, hotel business. Nigeria don't happen to so many marriages. Don't no joke. It may sound funny to you. It's not funny. Housewives, they are now like since Nigeria don't they happen to so many men, husband everywhere. Yeah, their wives they have become a lot today. Women, I'm not taking a dig at you. Okay, I'm just telling you the reality. No joke. We read them everywhere. Scatter everywhere. We say, you know what I mean? Just yesterday, somebody they text another person wife for Delta State. The person they tell us, the woman they tell us, say, I get husband though. My husband a popular politician for year. They say, no worry, your husband not go know. When he go away, they come. They say, are you sure? You don't know my husband. Madam, forget your husband. We go arrange you. We go take care of you. If you read the chart, I was like, but your wife is very beautiful now. Look at your wife. She's young. I was like, I married her young. She's not experienced. But you, madam, housewife, I won't come for you. So hotel business, short time, here and there. All those money, na haramu. But because of Nigeria, as Nigeria is, Nigeria will take haram money. They will give it to the people who don't like haram. They will collect the money. They will go and dance Zazu, say, Tutu Tideu, Arab Tugbo, Zazu. They will use your money. It's like every month that Nigeria share money, they share money from alcohol. But is it not disgraceful? A poor country like Nigeria, they celebrate destruction of the same economy because of religion. Something happened in Kano. Why?
Director Alibala
their alcohol to the north. They celebrate it. That's what they do. They will tell you, we have destroyed 120 million bottles in the last 4 years. They will tell you, they brag about it. But according to them, everybody, as Nigerians, you can go anywhere you want. When the Southerners said, we don't want cows. We don't want cows on our streets. They are causing havoc. They are wreaking havoc. They are destroying our farms. We don't like all of these people that are faceless carrying guns. The people, around people, they told us that, no, that one is against the NATO. Which kind of Nigeria be that? Is that not the fraudulent arrangement we are talking about? This is why, if you look at the whole story, from start to finish, you can tell Nigeria is not for you. But somebody said that how many times they will tell you? It's unfortunate, like how many times will they tell you that Nigeria is not for you?
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise?
You're a mumu man. And as they say it in Yoruba, Egunla Lonkenyi Bale. The big masquerade always dance last, or the big masquerade dances last, or whatever. Somebody was watching my video. Somebody was watching my video, a broadcast, I think it was yesterday or 2 nights ago. And then it got to a point, I think the guy was like, I don't know what to say to this guy. And he just commented, he said, they came. I don't know where he picked that from. It was like he picked something from one of my statements. I was like, hey, Maiyegun don't murder English language, yo. They came. I just responded. I said, Baba, you should be thanking me that it's not be only English I murdered. I did murder more than English. On MaiyegunsDiary Politico. I also murdered your role models, your criminal diaper wearing leaders. I murder them on here, and it sometimes get to your nerves. If you think, say, I know they speak correct English, call your English friend, your American friend, may they come speak Ijebu fluently for 2 hours uninterrupted. And then I can say, hey, Yemi, Motifelio. Mi gboyinbo ko ori boyinbo se oyinbo ron gbe wa ko ori bo ti m sojebu ko m sojebu clearly Yemi èmi lè sọ oyinbo wa o ono oyinbo yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ jebu we ko se ofa wa ara rẹ̀ wa ṣé ma fọ jebu wa if you can bring your own English speaking or English man or English woman, American man, American woman, and every other people that you see as your right, bring them on, make them come speak Ijebu for 2 hours. Make them just talk about the British government. Speak Ijebu. I don't give a damn about you picking my word, okay? But the point there is that I will say them, communicate them, and whatever you make of them is yours. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing in court tomorrow. We don't know their game plan, okay? However, I can tell you, the Biafrans all over the world, they are on the move again. They've never really stopped moving, all right? But as a sign of solidarity, I got this from our Biafran brothers in Spain.
It's not like Nigerian police that shoot demanding the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Must release our leader, whether you like it or not. Tomorrow, our leader is going to court, and I hope they will release him unconditional, because Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit no crime. That is why Nigeria is running away from their court, and they must release our leader unconditional. Oh hey Biafra, oh hey Biafra, IPOB, one family, IPOB, ndewo numu Chineke.
Ndewo is how are you, Yomolong? How are you, you children of God? Right? Tell me. I'm gonna wait. Somebody's going to tell me. Tell me. Ndewo umu Chineke. Mazi will be in court tomorrow. All right. And as usual, we will see what his legal team will put up. Remember that Ezekome is now the lead counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right? And there is so much expectation. Or let me say, yeah, there's so much expectation of him, what people expected of him, right? And we are all also supporting and then, sharing them on from the sideline, so to say, sharing them on to say, go for it. Nnamdi Kanu has committed no crime. If there's anything at all, Nigeria should be mobilizing people to apologize to him.
and at the same time be mobilizing what? To make peace with him. And what he's demanding for is referendum. Remember that too. Yeah? So we will see how that goes tomorrow. And I want to implore all of you, the Biafrans, as usual, make all of una remain together, come together as usual, and then show to the world tomorrow, right, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as usual, is committed no crime. A terrorist would never have a worldwide, a worldwide movement demanding for his unconditional release. Okay, there's never a time a terrorist will be. Nobody will come out and associate with a terrorist. So he's committed no crime. He's done nothing wrong. And in this regard, yeah, let's keep that solidarity open. Okay, if I don't know if those who are going to be, if Mazi come tomorrow, right? I want to see a time where they can just make him say something to his die-hard supporters all over the world. You know, whatever the storm is right now, remember this, so storm comes before the calm. All right, Nnamdi Kanu is never going to die in the hands of those who want him dead anyway, right? If they could kill him, they would have done it before now. By now, they would have killed him, right? They can't kill him, okay? We'll continue to demand for his unconditional release, which I believe is the, the most important request from all of us, from all over the world, the justice lover, people who actually support justice, genuinely. So if you have all your differences, I would say it is almost time people should begin to see this beyond them. Are you with me? Bring yourselves together, continue to show it to the world that you are one. You are one, not for anything, because that's where that Mazinam, that is where he always derives his strength from. I won't say more than that. I look forward to seeing him tomorrow, and I pray that he will be out soon, like our own Oloye Sunday Igboho, right? Once GoFundMe say I've contacted them today because they're supposed to get back to us like after 2-3 days. Okay, so today is the second official day when they started their review. Remember, it started on Friday, but we couldn't count Friday because it was like late Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, weekend. So let's give that to them. That okay, maybe they don't work on weekends. So yesterday, Monday, today, Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. So I had to reach out to them today. So if I get anything from them tomorrow, I can bring all our spirit back on. I can't wait. But whatever happens, right, I will get back here to update every one of you. Thank you so much for your time, for spending your evening with me this long. I would have possibly take some calls, but I am having a running nose, by the way, right? I don't know if any of you noticed. Well, if you didn't, fine. I just told you. So I would like to go. So I'll see you some other time, okay? When we feel better enough, I would take us. So thank you for your time tonight, and I will see you some other night. The other part I wanted to share that I didn't share is that of Abba Kyari part 2. I'll do that some other time, not tonight. So thank you. And again, before you go, I have my friends, over 2,000 of you on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube, and only 900 of you so far have actually liked the broadcast. So before you go, okay, maybe the remaining 1,000 of you should do it. Just like the broadcast before you go. And if you are just joining as well, you can watch the broadcast from the beginning. Chai, you will love it. I'll see you some other time. To all of you, thank you and good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.